Hello friends, I am Chintan Dave and from today I am going to start new series in my channel, and this particular series of video will be related to IELTS Task 2, which is essay. Okay, now this particular task, or this particular kind of videos will become also helpful for the PT givers also, because for PT examination also, like there is a one question type in writing in which individual has to write essay. Okay, so in today's introduction lecture we are going to cover few points, okay, which are according to me an individual has to follow for scoring high, okay, in respective, what I can say, in respective task number 2 for essay. Okay, so we are going to discuss point by point. I have prepared 15 points based on the queries which are in my mind. Okay, if you have any queries apart from these 15 points also, you can also send me message in my WhatsApp number. You can also write email to my mention email ID also, and if you are not okay with those things option, you can also place comments in below of this video. So either way you can utilize. Now let's start discussing all the points, and starting with the first point. Like the first question is like what are the categories of the essay which are being normally asked in task number 2 in IELTS examination. The categories are agree disagree kind of essay, advantages and disadvantages kind of essay. The third category is discussing both the views kind of essay, and the fourth is when the problem is given to you and you need to mention the reason of the problem and the solution of the same for completing your task number 2. Okay, now let's discuss. Let me give you one very quick example for this category. Let's try to discuss internet. Internet is advantageous to younger generation. Do you agree or disagree? That is one category. What are the advantages and disadvantages of latest technology for the human beings? That is the second category. Many people believe that there are so many advantages of internet while others disagree. Discuss both the views and give your opinion. That is the third category. Internet has created so many problems. What are the reasons for that, and what can be done by the people or by various entities to solve that problem? That is your fourth category of the essay. So in this way, like the various kind of topics can be asked to you in any of this category for task number 2, which is essay. Now the next question that normally people ask me is what will be the word limit. So the answer for that particular thing is, as per the rules, as per the standard rules, and any individual can write up to 250 words, although it can be stretched up to 280, but I would suggest 280 would be the maximum, because if you exceed that particular limit, then frankly speaking you will start losing bends, and this is what I have experienced personally. That's why I suggest do not cross the limit of 250 words, and for achieving that kind of thing you need to count your each and every word that you write in your essay. Let me repeat, each and every word. It means what? It also includes the article to, a, and the, okay, everything. And then once you start developing habit of counting words, then probably like after some time you will also have the idea, okay, these many lines will suffice my 250 or 280 words. Okay, so depending on that, this is the point for word limit. Now let's go to third point, in which like I have mentioned that you need to use real exam time paper. It means this kind of paper you will get in your IELTS examination, in which you need to write your task number 2. This is the white color paper that you get. Okay, you can easily like search this kind of paper by writing like IDP or British Council sample paper for task number 2, and you will easily get this thing. Take printouts and try to write essays whenever you are preparing at your respective institutes. So try to write essay in this kind of paper. Now what is the advantage of doing this particular thing? The first thing is like you will get exact idea that how your essay will look like in this particular page, or how many lines of this particular page will become sufficient for you to match this word length. Okay, that's why I suggest this kind of paper to be utilized instead of using normal papers for writing your task number 2. Okay, so try to use it. The next point is becoming overconfident. Okay, if you have the strong background of English language, probably like if you are a student of English medium school or English medium college or something like that, okay, so do not become overconfident, because I have come across so many scenarios, so many people like who are quite good in terms of speaking English and fluency and all those things, but somehow they become overconfident, and owing to that reason, like they are not able to get score in writing module. And this is the module, according to me, this is the toughest module for IELTS examination. But let me repeat again, toughest is right, but if you really apply yourself, if you really make proper plans, then anybody can score in this particular module, but it requires effort. Okay, so do not become overconfident if you have strong English language background. Then there are also some other individuals like who believe that we do not have strong English background, and owing to that reason, like we are not able to score high, and they become afraid. Okay, so for those people also there is no need to be apprehensive. डरने की कोई बात नहीं है. You can also score high in this particular task, but the thing is that you need to make proper plan for this particular module. Okay, and the third thing is designation. Let's say, see, IELTS examination is not only for students. Okay, there are a plethora of people who are at quite high designation within their respective field. Let's say, for example, you are project manager. Let's say, for example, you are quite renowned doctor, you are accountant or something like that. So if you carry that designation in your mind when you are preparing for the examination, it will not allow you to accept your mistakes. And if you do not accept your mistakes, the improvement will be less, and slowly and gradually, or eventually, or what I can say consequently, you will not be able to score high in this particular module. That's why I suggest whenever you do any practice, do not carry your designation in your mind. Try to listen to your tutors, whatever the advice are being given to you. Okay, try to follow them, try to work on them, and try to make improvements in yourself. Then the next point is consistent efforts are required and not improved in short time. I also come across so many people who said, okay, in last 10 days I will manage. 10 दिन में सब हो जाएगा. Frankly speaking, it will not work. If you really want to work on bringing improvements for writing module, you need to plan well. You need to spend at least 1 month. If you are the best in English language, although you need to spend at least 1 month for bringing improvements in writing module. Okay, so depending on your ability, decide a specific period of time and start working, creating plans. Okay, consistent effort. Let's say, for example, you can also decide that okay, per day I will write 1 essay. If it is not feasible, you can also decide okay, per 2 days I will write essay, per week I will write essay. That is also fine, but define one particular frequency against which you are writing your essay on a constant basis. That is what I am trying to say. Besides this particular thing, like consistent efforts are also required to be applied in these 3 categories. Let's say for the first category is grammar and spelling. The second category is English vocabulary. The third category is varying sentence structure. Now many people follow this category, but they are not following this category in step-by-step mode. And to follow this category step-by-step mode is the one of the most necessary thing that any individual has to do. Because I come across so many people who are not good in grammar and spelling. Although as many people have suggested them, and as they are following so many suggestions of many people blindly, they work on sentence structure and English vocabulary and all those things. it will not work. First decide your capacity, where you are. If you are not good in grammar and spelling, then first try to focus on that particular basic thing. Then go for English vocabulary, and then go for sentence structure. It is nothing is wrong in terms of accepting your level. Okay, if you are not that level, then do not go for category C until you finish A and B. Once you are good for A and B, then and then think about point number C. But many people, starting from the starting, they are worrying about point C, and in that they waste so much time, and owing to that reason they are not able to work on point A and B, and finally the thing, as we all know, they will not get bends. So follow this thing, but in sequence. Now for English vocabulary, like if you really want to improve your vocabulary, you can also find out your way also, or in my channel also there is a separate playlist in which on a weekly basis I am going to describe, and I have started describing all the English vocabularies that can be utilized in your task number 2. So subscribe my channel and try to use and try to learn those kind of videos from where you can learn so many words that can be utilized in your task number 2. But the important thing is step by step. That is what the important thing is. Now the next thing is, make mistakes, correct them, do not repeat the same one. It means wherever you are learning, whenever you are preparing for the IELTS examination, we are human beings, okay? We are not robots. It means like we cannot make mistakes. It is not like that. It is nice to make mistakes, but the thing is that try to correct them straight away, okay? And like do not repeat similar mistakes. Let's say for example, if you are making mistakes for the spelling of any specific word, try to list out somewhere in your book, okay, this many words I am writing wrong spelling for this many things. These are the sentences in which I have made this kind of sample error or similar error for the grammar things. Try to list out those particular things and keep it in front of you, so that you will not repeat the same mistake again. And slowly and gradually your number of errors that you are going to make, that you make, probably will be reduced, and your score will be improved for task number 2. Be your own teacher. It means like before submitting your task number 2 to anybody to check, it is your responsibility, guy, to check twice or thrice, to identify your own mistakes by your own self. That will help you to learn grammar also, and that will also help you to do not repeat the same mistake again. That's why I suggest be your own teacher. Check your paper before submitting twice or thrice by your own self. The next thing is, do not get demotivated. I see many people who started quite well. They also work hard, but due to all these things, like they are not able to improve their score, and then just give up. That is not right, my friends. You need to wait for the right time to come, okay? Because every individual has different capacity and different abilities. One may get good bands within short period of time because probably they are good in English. Probably if you are not, then it will take more time, but it will come. Believe me, it will come if you follow all these steps, okay? That's why do not get demotivated. Now the next point is, no time constraint until you book examination. So many people suggest that, okay, within time limit you need to write essay and you need to complete your task number 2 and all those things. I totally agree with all this suggestion. But what I am trying to say here, if you do not have booked your examination yet, it means if you have just started your preparation, give yourself some time to write essay in a good quality. I would say quality. I always believe in quality rather than quantity, right? That's why, like, if you take 2 hours, 3 hours for completing one essay, that is absolutely fine according to me. But the thing is that your grammar should be correct, your spelling should be correct. If you use any English vocabulary, then it also has to be correct context. So take your time. And once you book examination, and now if you feel that, okay, now I need to work on my time constraint and all those things, then you can work on that particular concept within last 20 or 25 days. But if you have just started preparation, then do not put yourself under the pressure of time constraint, because it will not allow you to bring improvements for task number 2. So that is what the point number 10 is. The point number 11 is presentation. I come across so many people and so many essays of those people also. For them, the content is absolutely fine. But somehow, I'm not sure why, they are quite reluctant in terms of presenting their content in a good way. They are also reluctant in terms of using their erasers and sharpeners also. Please friends, develop the habit of using these particular 2 things to make your presentation of task number 2 in a good way. It will really improve your score. The next point is prepare points before writing your essay. See, the points are quite essential because it will allow you to write freely. Okay, there are so many scenarios in which individuals started quite well to write the essay, but at half note they will become blank because they do not have any points further, they do not have any content further to be written within that particular essay. So that's why it is quite indispensable for you guys to have points before you start writing the essay. And if you have points, then frankly speaking, you will be able to write entire essay within 25 minutes. Okay, that's why spend 5 to 10 minutes for creating all required points which are going to be written by you within this particular task number 2. Right? Now let's come to point number 13. My point number 13 is preserve all your previous essays in file. Let me show you. This is the file in which all the essays which has been written by me that has been kept intact. Okay, now what is the advantage of doing this particular thing? Let's say for example I have kept my all best essays with me. Okay, and before examination days or within the last days of examination, if I go through my best essay, it will give me indirect boost that okay, no, I will be able to write good essay. That kind of indirect motivation you will get. Now let's say for example there are also some essays which you have kept in which you have made so many mistakes. Now if you go through those kind of essay, it will remind your mind that okay, this type of essay I have made, this type of mistakes I have made, and I do not need to repeat the same kind of mistakes again in my examination. So in that way, preserving all your essays in one particular file will help you to improve your score for task number 2. Now let's go to point number 14. Many people ask me what is the pattern of writing essay. I generally follow 4 paragraphs pattern. There is also one another pattern which is 5 paragraphs, but I normally follow 4 paragraphs pattern, in which the first paragraph will contain the introduction, the second 2 will be the main body of the essay, it means body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, and the final will be your conclusion. Right? Now, what is the meaning of each paragraph that we will do once we have the real topic with us and once we start creating the points for the same? Apart from this particular 4 paragraphs, I would also suggest that you must decide that okay, how many words I will write for introduction, how many words I will write for my body paragraph 1, how many words I will write for conclusion. In that way, you need to make decision that how you will handle this word limit of 280 or 250 words. And that's why the planning is required in advance. And then you will be able to get good score in task number 2 for IELTS. And the last point is exam duration. I just want to make sure that you probably all guys know that the time duration for which you will be allowed is 60 minutes. Means you need to complete task number 2 also and task number 1 also within 1 hour. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed all the discussion of these 15 points, and probably all your queries relevant to task number 2 are solved. If you have more queries apart from these 15 points also, you can send me message on my WhatsApp number. You can write email also, and if you wish, you can also place your comments in comment section below this video. I'll try my best to give you all the answers. Okay, in upcoming videos we are going to discuss the points of different essays, okay, on a regular basis. Likewise we do for the English vocabulary. The videos for English vocabulary will be broadcasted on the same frequency per week. I will keep posting those videos also. In parallel to that, I am also going to provide you this kind of videos also. Okay, so for today I think that's it from my side. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you like the content, please subscribe my channel to get regular updates, and please try to search my videos with the tagline English का ज्ञान चिंतन के साथ. Be happy. We will meet in next video with new topic of the essay to create the points. Thank you so much.